When students went to Birmingham to keep the Freedom Rides alive, they were arrested upon arrival and jailed in what was called protective custody. Organizer John Lewis knew that keeping the jails filled kept the pressure on the police who enforced segregation laws.
They didn't want an uprising on the part of the non-movement people. They didn't want us organizing the regular inmates. So it was in their best interest to get us out.
Alabama Governor John Patterson agreed to meet with John Siegenthaler to devise a plan for safe passage of the Freedom Riders from Birmingham to Montgomery.
The governor and I shook hands, and he asked me to sit on his right. He sat there. It was a cold reception. Members of the cabinet were icy cold.
Also in the meeting was Alabama Public Safety Commissioner Floyd Mann.
And he looked at the governor and said, "Governor, I'm your commissioner of safety. If you tell me to protect them, I will protect them." And I can't remember that there was a gasp around the table. But there was a stunned silence.
Governor Patterson was forced to protect the very riders he wanted to block.
Finally, the arrangement was made that we would leave the city of Birmingham about 8:30 a.m. that Saturday morning. And there would be a plane flying over the bus, and every 15 miles there would be a patrol car.
Local police were to protect the riders once the buses reached Montgomery. Instead, a mob was at the terminal, and the police were nowhere to be found.
They turned on the press, taking people's cameras, smashing people in the face, and just leaving reporters and photographers just bleeding. I was hit in the head with a wooden crate and left lying there in a pool of blood in the streets of Montgomery. And my seatmate, Jim Spurr, was knocked down and beaten much more severe because he was white. If you're going to beat us, let somebody else see it. Don't beat us in the dark of the night. Beat us while other people are watching so they can see it.
John Siegenthaler was one of the victims of that attack. He was hit in the head with a pipe and left in the street bleeding and unconscious.
Floyd Mann had come onto that parking lot with his pistol raised, fired a shot, and as a result of it, I think saved some lives.
The Klan attack made national news. The final chapter will show how press coverage of the Freedom Rides 50 years ago led to the passage of laws to guarantee some of our most fundamental rights.